Here's another simple client program for symbol tables related to indexing. Again, another common function that's easily handled by symbol tables. There's all kinds of cases where we just have a lot of information, maybe on our PC or all over the web, and we want to create an index that allows us to specify a search key and get all the associated information. And you've used programs like this on your computer in many instances, most likely. So more generally, here's the goal. So we're going to have a list of files that are specified, and then and maybe it's all files on the computer, or maybe it's specified in some other way. And what we want to do is create an index so that we can efficiently find all the files that contain a given query string. In this small example, so our client is going to be called file index, and in this small example, say we're going to have 5 text files, and these are just pieces of literature. And so what we want to do is build an index from that set of text files. And then given a key, a string key, we want it to print out the files that might contain that key. So for example, the word freedom appears in the Magna Carta and in Moby Dick and in Tale of Two Cities, all 3 of them, but not in Tom Sawyer and not in Aesop's Fables. The word whale appears only in Moby Dick. The word lamb appears both in Tom Sawyer and Aesop's Fables, and so forth. So we're looking for a piece of information somewhere on a computer, and it'll give us the names of the files that contain that information. With a more complex user interface, this is very much what the spotlight or find function on your computer is doing. And a programmer might use the same program to find places where certain programming terms are used in a bunch of programs. So normally we have a bunch of .java files when we're working on an application, like these are all the ones associated with this lecture. So we might build an index from that set of files, and then we might wonder, well, where do we use the import statement? So we just search for import, and it'll tell us, look in those 3 files. Or did we use comparators anywhere here? And this index will tell us no. So again, a very general capability that's got lots and lots of applications and easy to implement with our symbol table API. And the idea is that what we're going to do is associate keys with values. Well, the key is the string we type. What's the value? Well, what we're going to use for value is a set of files, the files that contain the query string. So just given that high-level description, then the implementation is pretty direct. Here's the implementation of file index using our symbol table implementation. So now we're going to build a symbol table that associates string keys with sets of files. So this creates a new symbol table associating string keys with sets of files. So first thing we do as before is build the index. So we're going to take, this time we're going to take the list of file names from the command line. And for each file, we're going to create an input stream. We're going to read every word in the file. If the symbol table does not contain the word, we'll create a new set for that word and put that into the symbol table. And then we simply get the set associated with the key and add the new word to that set, the new file name to that set. So this one, for each word in the file, it'll add that file name to the corresponding set for that word. That's building a symbol table associating keys with sets of files. And then processing queries is the same as before. As long as standard in is not empty, we take a query and then simply print out the set of strings associated with that word, which is a list of file names. Again, using our symbol table API, very easy to set up an indexing client that's useful in lots of applications like this one. So sorry about that. I thought that was the end. start here.
So you got the book in there. Let's go back to a full slide.
This one?
Whatever one before you left the left.
Yeah, this one's good.
You want to look right at the camera?
We're here?
To the left. The one to the right is only beginning the end.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. This is slide number 18. Okay, so you're going to sort right up the camera now.
Okay.
3, 2.
So again, our symbol table API gives a very easy way to implement this file indexing function, which is very widely useful. And similarly, maybe we want to build a book index, maybe for a real book or maybe for an ebook. Or more generally, people want to often pre-process text, maybe a huge amount of text, to support so-called concordance queries. So what you want to do is, given a word, you want to find all occurrences of that word along with the immediate context. And context just means a few words before and a few words after. So for example, in Tale of Two Cities, the word cities actually only appears in this one place, and this is the context that it appears, with the 4 words tongues of the two before and that were blended in after. The word majesty appears in 3 places, and there's the context. And while this is a very special case of what you're very familiar with in web searches, you type in a word and then you get places where that word appears in context. Again, our symbol table API provides for an easy way to implement this. This is a concordance client that does the job. Now what we want to do is read text, and we want to build an index for each word. So this is a Java construct for reading all the strings on an input stream, on standard input, and splitting them by blank space and putting them into arrays. So now all the words are in an array on standard input. And then we're going to create a new symbol table that associates strings with sets of integers. And again, the string is the key, and the sets of integers are going to be the places in the array where the given word appears. So we go through all the words, pick out our key S, and again, if it's not there yet, we create a new set associated with that S, and then afterwards we go ahead and get that set and put the new index on that set. And then that allows us to process queries where we take a query and then get the set of indices associated with that query, and then we've left out the code where you print out the 9 words that you want, the 4 to the left and the 4 to the right. Again, quite useful and familiar functionality, and very easy to implement with our symbol table client.